Our life is impossible without money. A big and stable income is great motivation to reboot your life. Not all of us want to do something to get rich, but Brian Tracy states, to achieve something you've never achieved before, you must become someone you've never been before. How can you become the person who earns as much money as you want? You'll find out in this video. You're on the Money Channel. Join the ranks of future millionaires just by hitting the subscribe button. Change your attitude towards money. Many people both love and hate money at the same time. Tracy points out, they hate those who have it, but spend their whole lives trying to get rich. Most people fail to save significant amounts because they don't understand the nature of money or how it works. Money, like people, is a living entity. When you wake up and go to work, you are selling a product, yourself. When you realize that every morning your assets wake up with the same potential as you do, you'll discover your path to success, Tracy says. Every dollar you save becomes your employee. Over time, your employees will earn enough to hire new workers. When you become truly successful, you won't need to sell your labor anymore. You'll be able to live off the work of your assets. Big numbers start small. You don't need a whole Napoleonic army to get started, says Brian Tracy. People often feel like they're missing something. They think they can't become wealthy unless they make big investments right away. What they don't realize is that every army starts with a single soldier. The same goes for their finances. One woman worked as a dishwasher and made handbags from empty detergent bottles. She saved and invested every dollar she had, even if it was just a few. Today, her investment portfolio built on small contributions is worth several $1,000,000. You don't have to be as frugal, but her story teaches a valuable lesson. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't love money, be jealous of it. Treat money like a jealous lover, Tracy advises. Millions dream of financial freedom, but only those who make it a priority achieve it. If you ignore money, it will ignore you, or worse, it will go to someone who makes it their priority. A high salary doesn't mean wealth. Even if you earn more money, it won't solve your problems. Money, like a magnifying glass, amplifies and reveals your habits, Tracy notes. If you can handle a salary of $18,000 a year, the worst thing that could happen to you is earning $100,000 a year. It will destroy you. There are plenty of people who make $100,000 a year, live paycheck to paycheck, and don't understand why. The problem isn't the size of their income, it's how they manage their money, says Brian. Saving as the first step to financial freedom. Following this principle, you'll realize that $20 here and $40 there can make a big difference in the long run. Money can work for you, and the more money you put to work, the more it will grow. With more money comes greater freedom. The freedom to stay home with your kids, the freedom to retire and travel the world, or the freedom to quit your job. If you have a source of income, you can start building wealth today, even if it's just $5 or $10 at first. Every investment is a building block in the foundation of your financial independence. Don't follow your parents' path if they weren't wealthy. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If your parents didn't live the life you want, don't do what they did, advises Brian. If you don't want to live the way previous generations of your family did, you'll need to break free from their mindset. To achieve the financial independence and success your family did or didn't have, you need to do two things. First, get rid of all your debts. Second, start saving and investing your money. And also, look for new ways to make money. Just 10 years ago, we could hardly imagine that the phone in our hands could earn us money. Now, smartphones are practically the main source of income for many. Some use them to sell products, others build their personal brand, and some can simply tap on the screen and get paid for it. The last option became possible thanks to the Telegram game Booms. It's incredibly simple. You press a button and earn coins. These coins can then be easily converted into real money. Plus, the project has lots of extra game features. You can level up, change your character, complete tasks, and earn even more. Already, over 800,000 daily active users prefer Booms and get their rewards for it. What's more, they, like you, have the chance to boost their earnings even further through the referral program. Just invite your friends to the game and receive even more rewards. For this, by the way, they give out a generous amount of coins. To start earning, simply follow the link in the description and launch the Booms app in your Telegram. Doubt equals defeat. Life is an amazing thing. It's not about where you are, it's about which direction you're moving in, Tracy points out. If you've decided to take control of your life and grow your wealth, don't let yourself doubt. Every second brings you closer to your goal, control and freedom. Every dollar that comes your way is a seed for your financial future. If you make responsible decisions, you'll undoubtedly achieve financial success. The day will come when you make the final payment on your house or car. Until then, enjoy the journey. It's time for financial risk. Start using your money to the best of your ability right away. Don't keep it in your pocket, emphasizes Brian. There are many ways to make the most of the money you're already earning and saving. While budgeting is complicated and not always the most fun or doable thing, it should be done anyway. You can start by transferring money from your checking account to an investment account every paycheck instead of savings to make more investments. By investing your savings in real estate or stocks, you actively profit from what might otherwise be lying in a savings account. Thus, the opportunities to grow your financial capacity are endless. Use banks. When you sign a contract with a bank, you are presented with endless options and guidance on how to manage your finances properly and efficiently. For example, you can use your bank app to check your credit or set up automatic savings transfers. Some banks even offer free financial planning services when you open a credit line with them. Other banks offer information and stock market financing options, making investment a relatively simple process. The bottom line is that there are hundreds of ways your bank can help you become more financially independent and knowledgeable. The end must justify the means. Brian Tracy believes that wealth is a chain of specific and achievable goals. Segmenting your budget becomes a much clearer practice when you know what you want out of your finances. When you think about what you'd like to accomplish right now, think about things like improving your credit rating, paying off debt, setting up an emergency fund, or tracking monthly expenses. When you set short-term goals for how you want to manage your finances, you will begin to spend less, save more, and understand the complex idea of personal finance. Remember that the path to improving your financial situation begins with changing your spending habits. Some changes may be easier to adjust to than others, but if you're committed to the process, you'll end up with better financial management skills. And in doing so, you'll have more money to put toward business investments and more. Knowledge are a must. Because of a lack of basic financial education, many young people don't know how to manage their income and expenses, apply for and maintain credit cards, or even get into debt. To fix this, you should take the time necessary to learn how finances work in detail. You can gain more in-depth knowledge by watching YouTube tutorials or taking personal finance courses. You have everything you need to get your money in order. It's about time for big money. The words, "It's never too late to get rich," lose their meaning at some point. After all, none of us have an infinite number of chances to start a new life and get on a real path to wealth. Brian Tracy has often claimed that a person's thoughts should smell of money. If you're tuned into a money mindset, you'll have no trouble making $1 million with just a hammer and nails in your hands. Tracy mentioned in one of his interviews, "Not everyone is capable of this, but it can be achieved by properly managing your lifestyle." This was the very topic of Brian Tracy's latest seminar, How to Build a Life Where You Become Wealthy. Mindsets or beliefs. We're used to thinking of every thought as part of our personality, but not every thought is truly ours. Our subconscious forms in childhood, and it works like a sponge, absorbing information without analyzing whether it's useful or not. For example, if your dad yelled at your mom that she spends too much, your subconscious might have interpreted this as, "If you spend money, you're bad and you'll be punished. Spending money is bad." Or if mom told dad there was no money and a fight broke out, your subconscious might have recorded that money is dangerous. You won't be loved, people will yell at you, and you'll end up alone. Thoughts also come to us as life wisdom, like sayings such as, "We've never been rich, no point in starting now." If you dig deeper, you'll find similar unconscious ideas in all of us that help us make decisions in life. This isn't limited to proverbs and sayings. For instance, if your mother told you that you're a humanities person, you probably still believe that and avoid trying to figure out complex systems, even though you might actually enjoy it or turn it into a source of fulfillment and income. The same goes for the influence of your close circle, the people you interact with most often. Their judgments about your abilities have a powerful impact on you. Money is a choice, and this is a choice each person makes for themselves. We don't like simple solutions. so it's hard to imagine that we can take control of our own thoughts. But it's not that difficult to notice which thoughts come to mind and how they affect us. The choice is that if you choose to be wealthy, all your resources, mental, spiritual, and physical, must align with that goal. You declare your desire, set goals, and move in that direction. And if your goal matches your values and is supported by your abilities and talents, success is highly likely. If you look at successful entrepreneurs, owners of million-dollar empires, and lucky investors, they make more mistakes than they get things right. But it never crosses their mind to see mistakes as a problem. For them, it's just a tested hypothesis. In fact, they see mistakes as experience, not something that defines them, just actions along the way, influenced by different circumstances that affect the result. With this attitude, accumulating such experience becomes enjoyable. It adds excitement to life, turning it into a thrilling game and keeping them sharp. All problems are in the mind. We often say that all problems are in the mind. Of course, life is full of factors beyond our control, but our thoughts matter a lot. It's not about cognitive functions, creativity, or willpower, but about how hard it is to track the flow of ideas in our heads. For example, something happens, and a thought about it pops into your head. That thought triggers an emotion, which leads to actions, and those actions result in a certain outcome. Say you find out that the tax authorities have frozen your bank account, and the thought crosses your mind that this is happening at the worst possible time in your life. You start to get anxious, your mood tanks, and you need to deal with it. Most likely, you'll take your frustration out on someone, and your decisions and actions won't be the best. But if you change just one thing, the thought that comes to your mind, the whole situation shifts. If you don't give this event much importance, you'd stay calm and confident, without filling your head with unnecessary worries. By making this choice, you always come out ahead. This approach works for everything, not just financial thinking. Life baggage. A series of repetitive or traumatic events forms thought patterns. When we failed at something over and over, we might have drawn the wrong conclusions. We also tend to scare ourselves. What if I get fired or my business flops? What if I lose money or hire the wrong person? And this thread of doubt can unravel a whole sweater of confidence. Contradictions. If you constantly hear that only bad people and criminals have big money, your subconscious will likely resist building wealth because we don't want to be seen as bad. The same will happen if your environment believes that earning money is difficult and requires sacrificing your personal life, or if you were told that you're not diligent or talented enough to earn a lot. Strangely enough, you might rationally understand the absurdity and inconsistency of these statements, but at the same time, as paradoxical as it sounds, hold both these beliefs simultaneously. A person's greatest resource. A person's greatest resource is themselves, their knowledge, skills, and experience. Wealthy people don't hesitate to invest in self-education, books, training, courses, and attending forums related to their field. They understand that their ability to work depends on their health, so they don't skimp on time or money for good doctors, proper nutrition, and regular exercise. They create the best conditions and comforts for themselves, knowing that it will pay off with a long, active life and the ability to work effectively. We are shaped by our environment. To soar with eagles, don't flock with turkeys, advises Tracy. Many people view the rich as snobs, arrogant, or prideful, but they simply prefer to surround themselves with like-minded individuals. When a complainer or a failure sneaks into a successful person's circle, they quickly start draining their new acquaintance, mentally and financially. Wealthy people know how destructive toxic relationships can be and waste no time cutting such people out of their lives. Don't worry about what others think. For most people, being accepted by society is important, so they feel compelled to listen to public opinion. But the real secret is that billions are made by wizards and oddballs, mad scientists and freaks with all sorts of quirks. If they had tried to be like everyone else, they wouldn't have achieved anything. The average person doesn't seek new paths or burst with brilliant ideas. And here's a hard truth. No matter what you do, someone will criticize you and all your work. Just ignore what others say and keep moving toward your dream, advises Tracy. Emotions as energy. Billionaires know that positive emotions and inspiration give them strength, help them work more efficiently, and bring joy to life. This even acts as a preventive measure against many illnesses. On the other hand, negativity drains energy, destroys, and slows down growth. That's why billionaires consciously surround themselves with things that bring them joy and eliminate sources of negative energy. The better you feel, the higher your self-esteem, and the higher your self-esteem, the higher your goals and the more you can achieve in life, states Brian. Don't just work for money. When money is the only motivator, you won't get far on that fuel. It's essential to find joy in the process and work towards a global idea that can change the world. Take Elon Musk, for example. Launching rockets into space and dreaming of going to Mars. Is that done for money? Bill Gates didn't just make billions, he created an operating system used around the world. Wealth is not rooted in greed, but in ideas. And that's very important, says Brian Tracy. Remember to give back. Charity has become an essential part of the lives and work of billionaires. They understand the law of energy circulation. If you don't give back, the flow will stop and turn into a swamp. Today, the wealthy significantly impact humanity by donating money to medical research, combating social issues, and more. Many innovative treatments for deadly diseases have emerged thanks to billionaire funding. Charitable donations also go toward building social housing, improving educational programs, and enhancing healthcare systems. If you give something to the world, it will surely repay you twice over, Tracy states. Stopping is equivalent to death. Of course, this is a metaphor. It's not about physical death, but the death of a wealthy and successful person within a living body. Major players are constantly developing and searching for new ideas, never at rest. They're not superhumans, and their success is largely due to continuous self-education and relentless pursuit. This is where the path to wealth begins. By restructuring your life and mindset, you'll literally change the world around you. Ideas will start turning into money, decisions will start generating income, and before you know it, you'll be much wealthier. The key is to understand this in time and take action. Write in the comments the amount you want to earn per year. Just the number, nothing more. Let's share our goals with each other and start taking action today. I'm confident that in 6 months, you'll come back to this comment and say, I can achieve this goal. This is the Money Channel. You will get richer.